Hey everybody, it's Michelle Calloway here with Tech with Heart. I am the founder and CEO of REVEALiO. It is an innovative software development company that happens to specialize in some of the more emerging technologies that you may or may not have heard of, but that's okay because we're here to help you learn about these things. We're here to help you have a safe environment to come in and learn, and also be enlightened as to how you can utilize it in your business, and also learn from experts like our special guest today, Amy Lau. We're so excited to have her with us today. Amy brings with her a tremendous background in sales, and so every month we try to do is get an expert on here to talk to you, business owners, small business owners in particular, on how you can grow your business with some of these different mindsets, these tool sets. And one of the things that we do with Tech with Heart is provide a safe place for you to do that, where we bring on heart-centered entrepreneurs and experts that provide you wonderful information that is going to help you definitely move that needle in your business to the next level. So Amy, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. And how are you, Michelle?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. So Amy and I met at an event called CEO Space. And I got to tell you, I just recently joined this amazing new network group. For me, it's new to me, but they've been around for like 30 years. And they've graduated top experts like Jack Canfield, Chicken Soup for the Soul guy, and Les Brown. And Amy brings with her a caliber of experience unlike most traditional like entrepreneurs that I have met that are doing a lot of networking. So this is a powerhouse networking group called CEO Space. Highly recommend you look into it. If you want to learn a little bit more about it, let me know. We meet across the nation. People come to these things called forums every 60 days, and we've been meeting in Dallas, Texas. And I'm telling you, my phone has been blowing up for the last 2 weeks with the amount of referrals that have been coming in. It's been phenomenal. All right, so before we get into the meat of this, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about why I created this Tech with Heart community and what it's all about and what we're striving for, because I really would love for you to join our group, because it is one of the unique ones that are out there that happens to focus a little bit more on the emerging tech side. So as I mentioned, I am the founder and CEO of a company called REVEALiO, and it means to reveal something magically. And when I first got started into this space and I was introducing it to business owners, I kept hearing these words: oh, wow, oh my gosh, I had no idea anything like that was even possible. Man, things are just moving so fast, I can barely keep up. That's what most business owners are saying. And that's true. Most business owners, they are just really working hard to just keep their business going. And they want, of course, grow, but they don't know what to pay attention to. There's a lot of noise out there, right, in the digital world. So one of the things we started to create was a safe place for business owners to come to learn from experts what they should be paying attention to in the technology space. When I first got introduced to this new emerging technology called augmented reality, I couldn't sleep for 2 whole weeks. I owned my own graphic design agency at the time, and I didn't really fully understand why this gripped me so hard until one day a young lady came into my office that knew that I could make objects and images come alive with virtual content when they were viewed through a mobile app. She had the idea of creating a greeting card, something like this, that she could send to her boyfriend who was deployed overseas in the military, you guys. So she missed him like crazy, and she wanted him to be able to hear her and see her anytime he wanted. So we created a greeting card that comes alive. Watch this. This is augmented reality technology. So let me go over here, put the phone in front of it. Oops. Let's try that again. Launch it. All right, good. In front of the camera. It's so hard to do this backwards. I'm trying to do this in my little half screen. Can you see that? Oh, nope, I can't see. Yes, I'm on an app. All right, so the card comes alive with her talking to him on the card. Isn't that the coolest? She's saying, I miss you. I miss you. It's raining here. I don't know why that makes me think of you. But anyway, when he saw that card come alive, he said it rocked him to his core. Amy, are you still there? Is everything good? I just want to make sure you're waiting for me to introduce you. I appreciate that. I just want to make sure people understand why we're doing this Tech with Heart Network. So anyway, when I heard from him, he was a soldier, about 19 years old at the time. And when he told me that when he saw her talk to him on the card like that it just rocked him to his core and oceans just disappeared between them, I knew that this was something that I needed to build in a way that everybody can engage with this and experience that kind of human connection, even across oceans. So augmented reality is here, you guys. And we are a software development company, and we can help you figure out if this is the right thing for you to start incorporating in your business, because Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, is proclaiming that it is going to be as influential to our society as the smartphone. And for businesses, we can make things like business cards come alive when it's viewed. Hi, Michelle Calloway. Here we go. See that over here? Whoa. I'm sorry, it's picking up this poster. You see, we can do posters too. And it's picking up the poster. So you can have posters come alive with a video overlay and call to action button. So it's very fresh, it's very unique, it's very dynamic and disruptive. And anyway, so we provided the Tech with Heart community so business owners can learn about augmented reality and other things, machine learning, artificial intelligence. And then I bring in industry experts like Amy every month. Amy's going to be talking to you about sales, but sometimes we'll have somebody talking to you about like 3D printing. Is that something that your business should be looking into? What are all the different facets? Sometimes we'll bring in somebody who will help you with your financial structure of your business and how to get that set up properly, or the legal side, or the social media marketing, or any kind of other marketing. So be paying attention to Tech with Heart, because every couple of weeks we're going to start interviewing. I've been having so many amazing people come into my life that I want to interview to help you as business owners grow. Yay! For free, guys, it's for free. So join techwithheartnetwork.com. You see it on the screen there, and join our mailing list so that you can be informed when these live events are going to be happening. Jump on these calls, because you can ask the experts questions. In fact, we're going to be opening it up for questions with Amy here, and we want you to put your questions in the comment section of the Facebook group so that we can get those questions answered for you immediately. I mean, we're bringing experts to you who normally charge for their time. Amy's been so wonderful. She's coming on here and she's going to share her expertise. I wanted to introduce Amy to you because she's a rock star in her space, and she is starting up her own company now, and I'm so excited for her. That's a fantastic adventure. She's going to be just really helping people like move the needle like big time. Talk about hypergrowth. So let me read to you a little bit about Amy. Amy has over 20 years of experience in sales and consulting leadership, working with startups and global enterprises like IBM, Oracle, ever heard of these guys? Microsoft, Salesforce, holy cow, right? And she's generated over 82 million in revenue. Wow, for these companies. And now she's taking that expertise and she's going to be starting up her own consultation business so that she can help businesses do the same thing. Just move that needle, talk about hypergrowth. She helps clients build connections with prospective clients by seeking and truly understanding their business visions and challenges so that they feel that their needs are seen and heard, and creating that connection that bridges the gap to deeper understanding and trust. We all need to feel that, you know, we are likable, trustable. I mean, we need to exude that so people want to do business with us and build those lasting relationships with customers that transcend the immediate opportunity to create lifetime raving fans. Who doesn't want raving fans? If you don't want raving fans, then put in the comment section, no, I'm good. I don't need to grow. I don't need raving fans. No, it's wonderful to feel that you've done such a great job in what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're providing, that you've built that connection with people, that they're out there talking about you without you even being there. That's phenomenal. Awesome. So with that, I want to welcome Amy Lau to our Tech with Heart platform. Thank you for joining us, Amy. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Michelle. Here. It's an honor.
Yes. We are very honored to have you. So I know that our Tech with Heart network group tends to be a little bit more small business oriented. Mm-hmm. And you've done some phenomenal things in sales for large, ginormous corporations. So I'm wondering how you can explain to us a little bit of things that as a small business owner, what are some keys? I know we talked about the 5 keys. Hopefully you're going to go over those with us.
Yeah.
What are the 5 keys to successful sales, period, that would be beneficial for small business owners and large corporations so that small business owners don't feel that this is not something that they can do?
Great. Well, thank you so much for the introduction, Michelle. I really appreciate it. And before I go and explain about the 5 keys, which actually it took me a little while to narrow that down. Like with all the years that I've been in sales and in business and in consulting, what are the 5 things that small business owners would need to know in order to get started on a trajectory for their business? And a lot of business owners, what I see is that, so first of all, let me back up a little bit. We've harnessed that mentorship that I've had in the largest corporate environments and built the biggest, growth success of our generation and made those tools and strategies of Fortune 100 companies available at your fingertips for the small business. And that's why I'm here. It's not about me. It's really about uplifting the small business owners that I want to see succeed out here in the environment, especially if you have something to say and you have a great innovation. People need to hear about it, and people need to, understand, where they can really bring that value and communicate that value to people. Okay. So let me start off with sales and so forth. Sales is really about helping your potential customer address a real need that they have. And it's the art of aligning their mind to the reality of the situation so they can make that best decision for themselves and then allow you to deliver value with your product. So a lot of people have a misnomer about sales being like, oh, there's an inherent mistrust sometimes distrust between the buyer and the seller. Like the buyer thinks, oh my gosh, the seller's going to put one over on me and I'm going to get something that I don't really need and that's just going to sit on my shelf. Like I'm not using it ever, right? Like a treadmill or something at home. And then the seller's perspective, it's like, okay, you know what? I need to understand every nuance about my buyer, and then be able to deliver value to them, but they're not willing to tell me what they need because they don't trust me. So there's an inherent gap between those two. And what I'm here to do, and I believe my calling, is to help you to fill that gap so that the relationship can be easier. And, the world goes around because people are innovating, and people like REVEALiO, where you're providing products that people hadn't even thought about. You're just, bridging that gap of complexity that they thought would never have been possible. And now it's here at your fingertips. And so how do you communicate that value to your clients so that they understand? So with that, I put together, the 5 pillars of sales success with the caveat and the foundation of, hey, you know what? It's not really about you and your business. It's about knowing your clients and taking an interest in what they value and what they need in order to succeed, in order to do something with their lives, right? Mm-hmm. And so I feel strongly that that's the case. And if you have a message to tell, it's actually, it behooves you to just go out there and put that message out there. It's actually your responsibility to communicate that. Otherwise, no one's going to know about it. And the world's going to be, deprived of your information, of what you're here to bring. Okay. So basically, the 5 pillars or the 5 keys of sales success to me, the very first one, I've already touched on it, is really actively listening to your customers.
I'm going to put this up on the screen here. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Michelle. So the first one is to actively listen to your customers for that deeper understanding. Ask them questions like, what are your visions? What are your goals? On every I used to, when I first started off in sales, I didn't know what to do. And so I would have a list of questions ready for my customers. A lot of people think that sales is about telling people what, but it's really about listening to and asking questions and really taking an interest, as if you've met that person for the first time, which you are. What drives them? What is it that, and then before you even talk about your product, ask them what they want, in life, right? Ask them what their needs are, what their vision is for their business. Excuse me. And then secondly, it's really important to, once you get into this whole conversation, to really understand what their challenges are, what your customers' challenges are. So that you can be able to be in a position to anticipate some of their concerns and maybe see some blind spots before they do. So you want to anticipate their concerns, and you want to help them navigate successfully through these challenges so that they can achieve the results that they desire. So helping them to navigate that and see and reach their potential successes, and you're holding that vision for them to be able to get from point A to point B, where they want to be. Okay, so that's second. And then third is really deliver value and results that help them move the needle, perhaps in their business, right? So what does your product or service or solution offer that helps them to, in their lives, help them to deliver value and results in their business? And if you really care about your customers and you really are concerned and you're demonstrating that, your product, it has value to the point of, hey, you know what, if this is not of value to you, I'm not even going to show it to you, right? Mm-hmm. Then you're earning their trust. And that takes some time to build. So, so basically the fourth pillar is following up consistently. Okay, so I'll give you an example of that. When I have a financial advisor and I've worked with him for over 10 years, okay, and the market, because I started my business this year, I need to look at my investments and make sure that they're working for me. And so I'm investigating this online myself. However, he hadn't really reached out to me. And then I noticed, that I lost some money, like over $10,000 between last year and this year. And I didn't know why, but nobody had reached out to me. So by the time I reached out to him and said, I want to know why I lost $10,000, what's been happening in the market. And he explained, well, the market shifts and things like that. I asked him, why didn't you come to me with this information before, so that I had a chance to do something about it, right? And so the lack of follow-up, and now I'm investigating another financial advisor because this person did not demonstrate to me that he had my best interest at heart. And so even if your customer, it's not a good time, they don't have the budget at the moment, they don't have signing authority to be able to, work with you, or whatever other reason, they don't seem to have the need. If those things are not there and maybe timing is the issue, then you want to follow up with your clients with noted things that they might care about so that you're keeping in touch with them, because keeping in touch with them keeps you at top of mind with your client. And then lastly, I put that, really demonstrate that you've got their backs. Like absorb that complexity of getting what they desire and make it easy for them to do business with you. So those are the 5 things. Like, for instance, what I said earlier, if the product doesn't make sense and there's no value to them, then I would be the first to let my customer know that, hey, maybe, this is not something that's right for you. And let them know. And even if it's like a timing issue or something doesn't work for them at the moment, you never know who they know.
Exactly. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah. And so you want to keep in contact with them just so that, if there's somebody else that could be right for this product that you have and for your value, you want them to pass that along to them and pay it forward. And that's one of the things I'm doing today is that, I've been in sales, I've failed a lot, I've succeeded a lot, and I've learned a lot of lessons, and I know how to avoid certain pitfalls. And I want to pay that forward to small business owners. I want to see you guys succeed.
No, we appreciate it, Amy. Yeah, so those are really great. I put all of them up. You can watch the replay. If you're watching this Facebook feed live, can you please put #live? If you're watching this Facebook video as a replay, put in their #replay. And trust me when I say Amy, she really wants to help you. So if you have questions, please write them in the comment section below, and she'll answer them right now if you happen to be live. Otherwise, just put them in there, even if you're watching the replay, and she'll do her best to get back to you with answers. She really does want us to all be successful. I think we all need to take on that mentality that it cannot just be about us. It cannot, right, Amy? It has to be about helping others be successful in their business. You are in business to serve others, whether you have a product or whether you offer a service. You are there and you exist to make somebody else's world better, right? For the most part, isn't that what we're all doing?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit. If you want to, we have time to expand a little bit on some of these areas that you mentioned: active listening, understanding the client's challenge, delivering value, showing that you can deliver results, following up consistently. That's a huge one right there, huge. And then demonstrating you've got their back. So I know that when I first got started in business, I was very uncomfortable with the whole concept of sales. I don't like being sold to, right, Amy? That is not something anybody likes. Some people enjoy the challenge. They want to haggle. That's rare. That's a rare thing. But for the most part, none of us really like feeling strong-armed into anything or sold. Mm-hmm. So one of the things I've been hearing lately that I really, really like, and I would like to share this with the Tech with Heart audience, is that if you provide those 5 things that Amy just talked about, you're not actually, it doesn't feel salesy at all. You're just providing quality information, showing the value, giving them enough information that they can formulate an opinion to determine whether or not they want to do business with you. And then the follow-up part. Some people the mindset thing is, I don't want to bother people. I don't want to keep bothering people. It doesn't have to feel like you're bothering people. Engage with them, like Amy, right? You and I, we went and hung out this last weekend. We got to go see a play together, dancing together. We're building a relationship. Yeah, you can't do that with everybody on earth, but you sure can show that you actually are genuinely interested in them and you care about their success. That feels really good. It feels really warm. And people will open up a lot more, when they feel that you like them and you authentically want them to be successful. Who doesn't want that, right? So we need to change our mindset around sales. It's not about get. It's about let's serve one another and grow together.
Thank you. You bring up such a great point, Michelle. It's really shifting your mindset about what sales is and shifting that perspective. And it's taken me through, when I first got into sales, it was back when they had phone books. Remember those?
Those of you who are under 30, there used to be these paper books that were like this thick, had everybody's phone number in it, and you had to pay to have your business listed in these huge books. Yeah, that was before internet. Okay.
And believe it or not, I was super shy. I just came out of college and I didn't want to talk to people. And I was super shy about approaching them. I was really scared. And they called us feet on the street, right? And I hadn't had any formal training at that point. I've had so many years of strategic selling, solution selling, challenger sales, targeted account selling, Altify, you name it, I did it. Okay. And yet back then it was just feet on the street. I had to just go out there and talk to people and ask them, do you want to buy this paper? You know, and I didn't really even understand. But what I did learn from it, and they're just like the number one life skill that has taken me through my entire life, is how to sell. And that people trusted me and they wanted to know me and they wanted to buy from me. And the reason why they wanted to do that was because when I went into these places, I was just friendly. I was just making friends because I didn't know what I was doing. And I said, you know, listen, I have this, but, you know, let's talk about you. Like, what are you guys doing in your business right now? What are your aspirations? What's your vision? And how can this product help you? Because if it's not, I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. So one of the things is like really go out there and qualify and disqualify. It's just as important to disqualify opportunities and talk with people. And disqualifying doesn't mean like, oh, you know, you're not going to buy what I need. Like, I'm not even going to talk to you.
Right. You know? That's not cool.
That's not cool.
That's
right.
Not cool.
Yeah, because again, you never know who they know.
Yeah, you don't want to go at it like that. That's the wrong mindset. You need to be treating people as people. And that's what Tech with Heart, again, it's all about how we can use technology. I mean, that's kind of like my niche is technology. How can we use technology to enhance human relationship rather than allow it to remove our need for one another, right? Like with chat bots and stuff, there is a certain aspect in which chat bots make a whole lot of sense, because when you're doing a lot of lead generation, chatbots may be able to really help you identify those people who this is a good opportunity for, right? They found you or you found them. You initially ask a few questions to the chatbots perhaps. And then from there, once you realize that they are a good fit, then it should go human touch. Boom, right away, it should be human touch. Because nobody can have a relationship with a robot. I mean, some people think it's a little awkward, but...
We'll see how all of this augmented reality shakes out in the marketplace, because that's actually very exciting technology, but it takes that human touch and that human interaction with somebody to say, okay, well, I've got this, this particular, AI product, and what does that do for you, right? Mm-hmm. For instance, I looked at a calendar invite application, and I had some questions like, oh, does it sync up with all of my calendars? I have like tons of calendars.
Sure.
Will it sync up with all of my calendars? And I had to send an email back and forth because they, the company that I was working with, they did not have a phone support or any type of interaction.
And I had some questions like, oh,
sorry,
does it sync up with all of my calendars? I have like tons of calendars. Will it sync up with all of my calendars? And I had to send it.
Oh, yeah. Did we have a lag in the?
Yeah, that was me. I was trying to see if there has any questions, and I clicked on a button. I apologize.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I was just saying that I was trying to sync up with a calendar application and to see if they had any type of support that I can talk to somebody so that I can get my, so I can understand what the product does, so then I can decide if I want to buy it. But I couldn't get anybody live, and it was this whole email communication. And then I had to go and follow a tutorial online, like a video. And I guess I'm old fashioned with, I don't follow that. And so the entire time I'm not sure if I'm going to go with the company, because I need to talk to somebody live so that I can feel held in that space and seen and heard. So that I can say, okay, this is what I'm trying to do in my business. And does this application actually fit? Right. So that's one example. I mean, so when you go out there with your product and your solution for business owners, if you are if you are, understanding, you need to first understand the niche of people that you're talking with. Right. And then when you're talking with people, like your ideal client profile, you're talking to somebody, don't get nervous, have your questions ready, and be ready to qualify or disqualify the opportunity. Ask them, are you shopping for this, right? So the questions that you need to answer are like, why should they buy anything, right? And why should they buy it now? And also, why should they buy it from you? So be ready to answer those questions on your end. And the only way to answer those questions is to understand their why.
Yes. Right?
So first know your why, and then understand their whys. And then the other big piece of information that I love to impart on people is that sales, it's not about you like going out there and getting clients and getting this and getting that. It's really about you serving, right? And so remove yourself from that solution and remove your ego from that place, right? And listen to understand, like maybe you learn something, and then that will feed back into your solution of offering something that people are actually asking for. Because if you're standing in that way, if you're standing in your own way and you don't see that, then you're not going to be able to understand what the market actually is asking for.
That's a very valid point. Thank you very much for that. I wanted to ask you on the technology side, since this is Tech with Heart, do you have any thoughts or ideas that you can put out there to small business owners on how to help them with their follow-up? How to help them with their organization of who they've talked to, who they should be talking to, like creating like a follow-up plan. Like, you go to networking events, you meet people, you get either their business card or you get text from them, or do you have any thoughts on how we can use technology perhaps? What is it that you like to use when it comes to organization with your leads?
Yeah, I think that investing in a CRM is really important.
And what is a CRM for those who don't know what a CRM is?
Oh, sorry about that. Customer relationship management tool. So back in the day, I had some background in Salesforce, using Salesforce. I also sold Oracle's Service Cloud, which is a customer experience platform. However, and then I also helped to sell Microsoft Dynamics, which is also a CRM or a customer relationship management platform. And so there's all of these tools that are available to you, and there are specific ones that are available for small business that I'm actually investigating. One of them is called Copper.com, COPPER.com. I haven't, invested in it yet, but I'm looking into it. So tools are out there and the technology is out there available for you to keep track. The first thing with sales and developing a sales system, which is what I do in my business, is help you design sales systems, is to have a way to follow up with your leads, generating leads, qualifying these leads, and then having a way to follow up with these leads and manage your contact, and then also manage your campaigns and email content going out to them. So there's a difference between sales qualified leads and marketing qualified leads. If you're lucky enough to have both departments, right, in your business, sometimes it's all the one person, right, in a small business setting. So invest in looking into these technologies and decide, what's going to help you keep organized, because your organization is going to help you from being scattered and your calendar being filling up all over the place. I know the small business owner because I am a small business owner. Okay. And I am every day running like, okay, I've got this meeting and then here and so forth. And I need to organize. So the more organized that I am, the more I feel centered and confident in myself, and the more that I can bring about to my clients. Now, how do you go about getting, getting interest? Well, there's definitely, if you are lucky enough to have an email list already, to be contacting that. But I do it the old-fashioned way, word of mouth. And the only way that people can get to know me is pretty much when I go and introduce myself, or I'm at a networking event and I'm meeting them in person, one by one. So there's going to be a time when I'm going to scale my business beyond this. But originally, absolutely, it's one-on-one and talking to people. Take an active interest in the people that you're speaking to. And one of the things that has helped me tremendously is to magnetize the right opportunities to me. I'm a big believer of the law of abundance and the universe providing more of what I love and am grateful for. So every day I have a gratitude practice about, all of these things that I have available to me, the resources that I have in order to provide the value that I deliver. I believe that each of us have unique gifts that we're brought into this world. From the moment that we're born, we're here to find out who we are so that we can deliver that value, so that we can be of service to our community. We don't live in a bubble by ourselves or on an island. Some of us may prefer to be on a private island by ourselves, but most of us, we interact with our community. And it is in that interaction, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, that fuels the love and the connection that is coming out about in this world. And so I'm a huge connector, even if you're, not in the business of, wanting to understand sales and so forth, and you're running your business, maybe you need something else. I'm a big connector, and I know a lot of people, and Michelle, a lot of people, how can we help you in your small business or in your big business, whatever it is?
Yeah, and that's exactly what Tech with Heart is going to grow and grow and grow. It's going to be just this ginormous referral network. Mm-hmm. I love getting referrals because it makes me feel like the person that's referring people to me, obviously, they're probably honing in on perhaps why this specific person should be connecting with me. So a certain amount of vetting has already taken place, and I really appreciate that. And if it's okay with you, Amy, I'd like to point out a few other ways that people can get those leads, right? Besides the list, the email list thing, because I am addressing small business owners. And you mentioned networking. And I think that it is important for business owners who are very, very busy, like you were saying. Your calendars fill up very fast, especially if it's solopreneurs or people with a very small team. When you are going to go out and network and join a networking group or participate in a local meetup or even an online meetup, your time is the one asset that you should hold up of highest value. So be specific. Know who your target market is. If you're going to attend a networking event and pretty much none of the people that are attending there are going to be your target market, is that really where you should be spending your time networking? I'm in the augmented reality space. Okay, so that's an emerging technology space. I could go to every augmented reality, virtual reality meetup. I'm in San Francisco Bay Area. This is like the tech hub of America, right? So I could potentially be going to an AR, VR networking group every single week. Now, I do want to be known in that community, but they're not my target market. I mean, when it comes for me to be able to help somebody, they already got the tech. They can do whatever. They're amazing. They can create all kinds of things. My sole purpose is to go out and enhance and empower small business owners, or, acquire power partners that want to take this technology and introduce it to their people. So yeah, be very aware of who's going to be attending these networking groups, and only spend your time networking in groups where you believe that that's you're going to be able to walk away with, some connections of value. And then the other thing is that upon the follow-up, it's not a matter of just following up once or twice via email these days. Hardly anybody's reading emails these days. It's just we're all getting oversaturated with communication. You have people coming in at you from Facebook direct messenger, text, you've got people calling, you've got people emailing, you've got people that you've met in person. You know, like the CRM thing is a very smart idea because you can assign yourself tasks to follow up with them. But it's really smart to not just take a 1 or 2 approach on your follow-up. It's really cool and good for you to connect with these new leads, these new potential relationships that you're establishing on social media. So you can reach out to them on LinkedIn. You can reach out to them on Instagram and also on Facebook. And if they're a really what we call a hot lead, meaning that you felt that dynamic connection when you first met them, or it seems as though your business and their business truly do, you know, fit like a piece of puzzle together, then engage with them on a human level. Like Amy was saying, you know, ask them, what is it that they're working on? What is it that is one of their biggest struggles? Or ask them, you know, find out a little bit about them on Facebook and say, oh, I see that your children are involved in such and such. Find a common ground and engage them as a human being, not a salesperson and not with a sales mindset, but always in the background, you know, that ultimately you're going to get an opportunity to see if there's a fit there and see whether or not you can provide them something of value that will take their business to the next level or not. But definitely don't just do 1 or 2 ways of reaching out and follow up. Do a multifaceted approach.
That's a really good point, Michelle. And maybe I add to that is really about doing your research. Mm-hmm. And so one of the approaches that, and I just came off of a sales training I did with a client of mine, and we talked about different strategies on how to engage and get more leads, qualified leads. So first of all, we want to tier them into tier 1 bucket, tier 2, tier 3, so that we know which ones to target first based on timing, budget, and urgency to fulfill those needs. And then secondly, you know, you really want to make sure that you do your research on these clients. And then when you're going to them, you know, each time you email or have a touch point with them, you're offering a different value each time. And you're not just going, hey, hi, this is Amy. Can you call me back? Because then what is the reason? Why should I call you back? What's in it for me, right? Mm-hmm. This person is so annoying. They keep calling me and they say, call me back. And it's like they don't have anything to offer, right? So mm-hmm. I'm not going to call them back. So I think that one of the things is, you know, do your digging, do your research. What is the common ground that you can engage with? How are you aligned with this person? Why do you think that they are your ideal client, right? And communicate that to them. Exactly. Yeah, and one of the strategies that we engage was that when you're calling on people, it's important to get to that decision maker who signs checks, right, in a business. However, before you even get there, there's all these other people. They could be for you, they could be against you. If they're for you, they could be your coaches and help you navigate through, hey, you know, this is the process at my company. You know, this is how we buy. These are the people that you need to get in front of, right? And that's invaluable information. I've even called people as a college student doing research. Hey, I'm doing research about your company. Can you help me? And I'm not talking to anybody that is, you know, making any decisions. I'm just trying to investigate right now and do my homework, because doing your homework helps you to pass the test.
So there's a lot of digital marketers that are, you know, of course, are talking about the online funnels and how you can make money while you're sleeping. Now, there is a time and a place for that. Addressing all of the 5 keys that Amy mentioned in writing on your website and or on videos and or webinars or different pieces throughout an email sequence, those may or may not result in automatic sales. So it depends on your business and what you're offering and your business model. But sales is a people and relationship game. It's not even, I don't know if you call it a game. It's definitely what's that?
It's a fun game.
It is a fun game, and it's really gratifying because along the way you meet some amazing people, right, Amy? I mean, look at you, and I don't know if would I have ever met somebody of your caliber with all that background in sales, and then to find out you're such a fun, awesome human being, and she's, likes to salsa dance and whatnot. That's kind of cool. But I'm loving this. I'm getting a brand new set of friends here in the San Francisco Bay Area now that I'm starting to really open up and starting to do a whole lot more outreach and do more sales, because what I have is pretty darn special, and I could I absolutely love partnering with amazing people, because ultimately, we think we can change the world, right? We want to improve upon people's businesses, their lives and whatnot. And we just want to all help, and everybody rises together when we do it that way. It's an attitude of collaboration, cooperation, and empowering. So I'm going to just put this out there one more time. Please, if you find that you want to have a safe, wonderful community network to grow along with, and you're a small business owner just getting started, or maybe you just want to grow more. I don't know why I just went dark.
Oh, did you?
Okay. I did.
I can totally still hear you.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to say join Tech with Heart, and let's see if they come back here. Amy, share with us your special gift for our audience today.
My special gift. Well, as I mentioned, that I believe that each of us has a special gift to offer to the world. And, I'm just really grateful to be here. And one of the things that I've learned, having been in personal development for my whole life, well, actually, just in the last 5 years, I've really dug into that, is to really be a connector for people. And so I help businesses. I have working with a client right now. My sales systems around their business and help them, because each of us have certain aspirations and visions and blocks that that are keeping them from being more successful than they are. So today, my special gift to you guys is that if you come onto my website, www.thewaufactorusa.com, the Wow is spelled W-A-U. So thewaufactorusa.com, I'm going to give you, because you came onto this website or webcast, that I'm going to give to you a strategy session for your business, so that we can start thinking about how we can help you accelerate and put your sales into hypergrowth.
Yay.
So that's my special gift today. And then I also just wanted to add that I was been working with digital transformation for the last couple of years at Microsoft and also at Cisco. And what I see trending out there is that, so for instance, Cisco is transitioning 40% of the business into a recurring revenue model. And Microsoft has changed their way of doing business from selling on features and functions to really building a return on investments and building a business case for their clients, for their $1 million plus clients. And so it's all about delivering value these days and understanding your customers. So it's shifted from, hey, I'm going to sell you a product and then I'm going to leave you alone until you need the product again or you want a different product. I don't know anything about your business, to the scenario of today being, hey, you know what? I really want to connect with you. I need to understand your business and how you guys are working, because we're in a subscription model world now. Okay, mm-hmm. So people are not going to subscribe unless they're getting value, and they're continuing to get value. So if you want a customer for a lifetime, that lifetime value customer, and you don't want to keep digging and cold calling and prospecting for more business, and you want your business to spread on its own organically, then you got to get out there and know your clients, okay, and know their business and get to know them and partner with them and be their trusted advisor. And then you're the go-to person for them when they need anything. It doesn't even have to be your product. When they need advice, they come to you. So basically, sales is about building friendship. So that's how I do it.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Well, I'm going to round this out, and thank you very much for being here. Having a little bit of technical difficulty here on my end, anyway.
Thank you, Michelle. And
thank you so much for being here, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle, for having me. Very grateful to be speaking to you all. And come to my site, sign up for a free strategy session.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.